Once the Attorney General became involved, did you, as well as the other attorneys, advocate not just for the dismissal, but for additional findings by the Attorney General?
Yes.
And what were those?
We strongly advocated that the Attorney General's office conduct a complete and thorough review of all the evidence in this case, and to conduct a complete and honest investigation into all the evidence of this case. We offered them complete and full access to our materials and to our clients in doing so. In the course of those negotiations and discussions, we asked them to, we said to them, look, the harm that has been done to these young men by the state of North Carolina can only begin to be undone by the state of North Carolina. So please look at this evidence. You will see when you look at it that these young men are innocent and this attack did not happen. And please announce that to the world.
Why did you feel it was important for the Attorney General not only to dismiss but to declare the defendants innocent?
Well, there's a lot of different answers for that question. Number one, because it was true. But the real import was that, this case became what it became because the District Attorney of Durham County, speaking on behalf of the state of North Carolina, stated over and over and over again at the inception of this case and reiterated those comments throughout the time period after that, that these young men were guilty, that they were all guilty of some heinous crime that was racially motivated, that there was a rape, that he had seen the evidence, and that he was absolutely certain that it had occurred. Him. The only person in North Carolina in a prosecutorial position who had more power and authority than Mike Nifong to make those kinds of statements on behalf of the state was the Attorney General of North Carolina. So we pleaded with Jim Coman and Mary Winstead that when they were engaging in their efforts to find out what happened in this case and to move forward appropriately, that if they found, and their agents found, and Roy Cooper found, that these young men were innocent, to please state that finding. And I think it's because of Jim Coman and Mary Winstead and the work that they did that Mr. Cooper ultimately made that statement.
From your representation of Dave Evans and your work with other defense counsel, do you believe that Mr. Nifong's extrajudicial statements had a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing criminal trial if one had to be held?
Yes.
Objection to move to strike to the extent that goes to the ultimate issue related to the matters at issue before this panel, related to the pre-trial statements of Mr. Nifong.
Does go to the ultimate issue that we are asked to decide, but due to his experience with this case, he is entitled to give his opinion to it, and we'll give it whatever weight we think is appropriate. So overruled. You may answer.
Well, my answer is yes. I absolutely believe that it had the effect of prejudicing any type of proceedings that flowed from this. This I know because I cannot count how many times I heard there is no way the district attorney would have said the things that he said in this case unless there was something there. That is why the people who still believe something happened at that house that night believe it, because they were told that over and over again with absolute certainty. It is why every time the defense tried to bring the truth out, it was characterized as spin and selective disclosure. And it is the reason why the only statement that has had any salutary effect at all has come from the only prosecutor who has more authority in this state than Mike Nifong does, and that's Roy Cooper.